Stand by now for See It Now with Edward R. Murrow, which originates in Studio 41 in New York City. Alcoa, Aluminum Company of America, in cooperation with CBS Television, presents the distinguished reporter and news analyst Edward R. Murrow in See It Now, edited and produced by Mr. Murrow and Fred W. Friendly. A weekly presentation of Aluminum Company of America, the nation's leading producer of aluminum. Now, speaking to you from the control room of Studio 41 is the editor of See It Now, Edward R. Murrow.
Good evening. Last week they handed out the Pulitzer Prizes. The gold medals went not to a great metropolitan newspaper, but to two weekly papers in North Carolina. One has a circulation of 1,700, the other has a circulation of 5,000. Their editors decided to fight and expose the Ku Klux Klan. They were told that they would lose circulation and advertisers. They lost neither. In Whiteville, the Rotarians really had something to sing about. Down in Whiteville, North Carolina.
R-O-T-A-R-Y, that spells Rotary. R-O-T-A-R-Y is known on land and sea.
The Rotary Club in Whiteville, like Rotary clubs everywhere, is made up of merchants, contractors, and professional men in the service of their community. Over a year ago, Whiteville was threatened by floggings and terror of the Ku Klux Klan. Then, two country editors fought and won a battle.
A great honor has come to us. This week, Columbus County newspapers have been given the Pulitzer Award. I understand this is the first time this award has ever been made to a weekly newspaper. I would like to read to you a part of this citation. For disinterested and meritorious public service rendered by a United States newspaper published daily, Sunday, or at least once a week, gold medals are awarded to the Whiteville, North Carolina News Reporter and the Tabor City, North Carolina Tribune. To Willard G. Cole and Horace Carter, we pay tribute to you. We are proud of you, and not only this community, but we feel the entire country is indebted to you for your courageous work.
Actually, there were two towns involved. This is Tabor City. This is the street where the Ku Klux Klan deliberately flouted law and order with two full-dress parades. This is Whiteville, the county seat. Near here, the Grand Dragon operated. A man was killed, a house burned, and perhaps 50 citizens flogged. This is the courthouse, where the Klan leaders were tried and convicted. This was an important piece of evidence, a rubber flogging whip. This is Sheriff Hugh Nance, who made the arrest.
You may not know what this is, but this is one of the instruments the Ku Klux Klan used here in our county during what you would call the reign of terror of the Klan in Columbus County. At that time, a few months back, the people here in Columbus County didn't know who would be the next victim to be carried out from their homes for no excuse whatsoever, put across the car fender, and one of these would be used on him.
High school principal H.E. Brown remembers that reign of terror for us.
Certainly the news report has done a tremendous job in view of what they had to go up against. Now this Klan business that the nation knows about, we really know about it here in Whiteville. It was something during that time that we can't describe in words. It was something that had to be felt. If you lived in this section, you would feel it. It was something that was written on the faces of persons as you passed them day by day. You didn't have to ask them, have you heard? You knew they had heard what had happened by the expression on their faces, and they knew you had heard. It was simply a matter of wondering what next, who next, and when will it all end.
The award was made on Monday. Tuesday was a big day at the Whiteville High School.
Many of you, I'm sure, read the newspaper this morning, and you learned from that two of our citizens here in Columbus County have received rather great honors. And not only the citizens, but the newspapers that they represent. And I believe all of us are proud of Mr. Cole and Mr. Carter for receiving the Pulitzer Prize. Now, Mr. Cole and Mr. Carter wrote the articles which aroused the people to action, but it was the public opinion which really got in behind the Klan. Now, I wonder if maybe you don't have some ideas you'd like to express about what you think this award means to our community and to us as citizens. Wayman?
Miss Ettinger, I think that all during the time while the Klan was inactive around here, that the people really had something to say, but they were afraid. And Mr. Cole, as writing his articles in the paper, opened the people up, and through his courage and bravery, writing about the Klan, the other people followed him and followed in his footsteps and began to say what they really thought and opposed the Klan.
Dan?
Miss Ettinger, I think we all know that this Klan sure messed us up in one sense by putting such much slander on our community. And I think that the award that Mr. Cole and Mr. Carter received will help us get back on the map as a good community and town to live in, and not just have a flog raising and beating good time down here like everyone in the States thought we were. We're good citizens, and we want everyone to know this fact.
This is the Tabor City Tribune. Circulation, 1,700. This is editor Horace Carter, age 32, talking about the Klan he fought.
They started criticizing everybody, the Jews and the Catholics and the Negroes and the United Nations and just about everything you could think of except the Klan and the Bible.
Horace, why does a small-town editor like yourself, who might be a little weak in forces at his disposal, why'd you take him on? Why'd you fight him?
Well, we felt that no group of people had the right to inflict their type justice on any individual, that no one had the right to take a man from his home and beat him up regardless of what he had done. This is just an American way of life. We have freedom from fear, and this was trying to run our community in a lawless type way, and just because you didn't like the way a man parted his hair or the kind of shoes he wore, you took the right to take him out and punish him. And that's not our philosophy on the way that life should be lived in America.
This is the newspaper of Willard Cole. Circulation, 5,000. He was threatened and he was intimidated. But in the long haul, he never lost a subscription or an advertisement.
Well, I think you'd have to say it in this way, that you just have to stand for what's right. If you don't, you aren't standing for much. And so that seemed to be the guiding thing in our little campaign. Primarily, of course, my objective was to defeat a organization and a group of men who were taking away the liberties and the rights of individuals.
What do you see as the whole meaning of this award? Is it just an award, or does it have more meaning?
Well, to me, actually, I think probably the richest harvest and the greatest benefit that I've received from it is a realization that our renewal of faith, that unawakened citizenry can defeat any group of individuals or any group that strives to defeat those principles that America stands for. My feeling is that I've gained a new confidence that any community can win for right and for justice if they unite in a common cause.
We suggest that if the fight against intolerance, bigotry, race prejudice, hatred, and fear is to be won in this country, it must be won in the towns such as those two that you have seen here, in the Whitevilles and the Tabor cities throughout the land. Time now for Alcoa.